Okay, so shoes off for the new flooring.
No shoes on the new flooring. So we've had, this room was originally toilet, bathroom, walkway and little kitchen. We've had it all knocked through. We've got flooring through, new kitchen, new range, we've had our bifolds put in. This room, we've already had one party and this room was the hub of the party, wasn't it? It's been one of our favourite rooms. We like to sit here every day, have our breakfast, looking out into the garden. Yeah.
So you've got lots of nice new home cards and some funky zebras. What's your favourite thing about the kitchen?
I'd have to say the windows and the door, all solid wood windows, really are a nice feature to the kitchen.
So are these they're modern windows, but they're tying it in with original looks?
Yeah, and the leading within the windows and doors matches the leading in the lounge, which we'll show you in a minute.
Okay. And how about your favourite?
My favourite part is the step. A lot of people said, oh, you won't want a step in your kitchen, it'll be annoying, but I think it actually, again, ties in the old with the new. We've got steps up and down everywhere. It is a cottage, and I just love that everywhere you go, you've got a little bit of work to do.
So where does this lovely door lead to?
Well, welcome to the old part of the house, my favourite part. So in here we've had a lot of work done in here. We took it all the way back to brick, so you can see brick all the way around the house. In here we had the plaster put back on, we had lime plaster put back on. This is actually the natural colour of the lime, so we haven't painted this. We had the fireplace put back in, so this was taken out, so we've had all that reworked with the original timbers showing. This was covered with old plaster, so that's now showing. All new electrics, all new heaters, and we've even had the windows taken back to the original wood. The painters did say there was some of the worst windows they'd seen before this. So this is, yeah, my favourite room of the house.
How about you? How do you feel about this room? What's your favourite feature, Beth?
My favourite feature, possibly the sofa. It's really cosy. We spend a lot of time in here, don't we? Every night we come in, get all cosy. The door that you saw us out the front, this is the front door, which we do sometimes use, but we've just got a new chair, so we're not using it at the moment. So one of the most interesting parts, and you'll see as we go through, with the lime plaster, they put sort of a scratch coat on, which is really thick, and then the lime coat over the top. And we made sure, as we were going through the plasterer, we asked him to keep out as much of the old wood as we could. So here you can see it's all out here, and I just think it's made such a nice feature, and we can show you through here as well. And here, this is what I'm talking about. So every little bit, we tried to keep as much as the old features.
So what is this lovely little room that we're stood in right now?
So this is the study room. This is the oldest room in the house. It's 17th century. We had a surveyor come out and he said it was, from the 1600s. He said it was one of the finest examples of an old building that he'd seen in a long time. This room actually as well was completely taken back to brick, so we took all of it back to brick, and when we did, we found all these lovely beams, brick walls. They were all hiding behind new horrible plaster. We even found horsehair and all sorts behind.
So these beautiful walls were covered with plaster.
Completely
Couldn't see the beams.
And the one over here, all this was completely covered over as well.
And so what did it involve to get them back to their natural state?
A very messy night, pulling down all the originals. We've spent a lot of time cleaning up this brick. I can't tell you how many times we've had to go over this brickwork. We've stripped all of the timber that was out, so this big one up here, this was black when we got it. We've had to strip it all back so that it's back to its natural oak colour. And we've had to have a little board put in to cover up one of the beams that wasn't good enough to be shown, and we needed a skirting board, and we've turned it into a little bookcase.
And then coming up the stairs, we have had another lovely new window put in, letting in loads of light, and we've had some structural work up here with the bricks to support everything that's above it.
It's Got the feel of fresh carpet under my feet.
Oh, having the carpet put in felt like one of the last steps, didn't it? Because then it turns it from a house into a home. You can take your shoes off, you can take your socks off. It's been lovely to have our carpet put in, actually.
Right then, also in here we've got nice big steel connecting the timbers together, just another structural point that we had to make. The plan is to put some nice lights along it at some point.
We're just going to put fairy lights along it because we're not going to paint it, we're going to keep it. It's now part of the house's history, it's had to have it put in, so we just want to make a little feature, don't we?
And also in here, believe it or not, behind the lovely plaster, this wall was actually falling down, it was crumbling. So builders came in, did a really good job, and now the whole house is structurally safe.
So welcome to the second bedroom. There isn't actually a bed in here yet, we're still moving, so as you can see everything that needs to go in the loft is still out at the moment, but this is our second bedroom. We've taken it up all the way to the ceiling, and everyone who comes in always comments on how lovely it is to look up there, and when we do have a bed we've got a lot of offers for people to stop over and actually stay in here, haven't we? In here we've got our ensuite. Originally the house had no toilets upstairs, so we've had to have this one in as a little ensuite with a second room, and we've got one family bathroom as well.
Okay, here we have some building work by Wade of shoe boxes. But if we can just tell me a bit more about any of the building work that's gone on here.
But now in here, lime plaster again throughout on a number of the walls. Did a lovely feature of the fireplace at the top. Really happy with that. But we also wanted to keep some of the original brick out. Really important to us, that was as well. Obviously all new heating throughout. The plasterer did also mention that some of the beams are possibly from Hampton Manor, which was another interesting fact which we found out.
And that's just next door really,
Just
isn't
next
it?
door, just back garden, that one is. Still you can see over on this wall, we wanted to keep some of the features of the listed building out, so we did think actually let's keep a massive chunk of this wall out, and you can see when you get close it's pulling off. Shouldn't have done that. Pulling off some of the horsehair there.
I think it's just such a lovely feature, you know, that could have just been plastered up to the top, but actually it is really nice to have instead of all the plaster. And can I just show you the door handles, because it took us so long to choose door handles, but these are ones that have only just got put on as well, but we absolutely love them. Okay, and over here we have got, I think, possibly the most beautiful little section of, I think, the house in all its glory. You've got all the different timber. This is the black that we were talking about, the bit that didn't get stripped off. We've left that little bit there. And this is actually the wall that needed to be rebuilt. So this is newer brick made to look old. As you can see, as you look around, there's all old nails everywhere, original ones. We're keeping everything as much as we can.
Heading into the master bedroom in a minute. Actually this was, when we show you, this was all one big room when we first got it. Massive space, but after speaking to the architect he said, oh, let's move the layout around a little bit, and we actually added a bathroom, a second bathroom up here. So this is the second bathroom in here.
This was originally part of the bedroom.
This was originally part of the bedroom, yeah. So again in the bathroom we've still got all the timber beams out, so we try to keep out as many as possible.
We've had the conservation light put in, and as you'll see from outside we've actually had a whole new roof. The whole roof has been off and been put back on again, so we know it's all watertight, we know it's all safe. And now I think this light just brings so much in and it makes it feel so much lighter.
So what's left to do in the bathroom then, guys?
Obviously we've still got lots left to do, as our fellow renovators know, and as you can probably tell by the bath front being in the bath, we need to seal this timber. So obviously it is going to be a bathroom, there's going to be a lot of moisture, and even though we've had the window put in, we need to make sure that the timber isn't going to have any mould or any rot, so we've got to seal all of that.
So we are using the Osmo sealant for that, which we got off eBay.
And it isn't yet connected, the soil pipe's not yet connected because we're still having rendering done outside. So this bathroom is actually a no-go area. It's just here to look pretty at the moment until it's all ready.
now we're heading into the master bedroom where the magic definitely happens in here. So in here again we've exposed as many beams as we can, and we've also exposed some of the brick that's actually behind the headboard. That new bed out there.
One of the cutest things.
You'll get a nice breeze from that window.
The window. It's really, really low. We are going to have it as a bit of a window seat at some point, but it's really, as you said, the breeze comes through. It's lovely, and it's such a nice feature that you don't get in obviously modern houses now. All the windows being really low.
Again, everything in here has been rewired. So this was also taken back to brick. All new wall lights, etc. And as I said, this was actually one giant room, so we've got a bit of storage now behind here.
So is that everything in the master bedroom that you want to show us?
Everything in the master bedroom, apart from we have managed to still fit a little loft in up there. It goes all the way back to the stairs, so it is actually quite a big space. It's been boarded and plastered and painted, so you know, if I'm annoyed with Wade, I'll chuck him up there, he can have a beanbag, and he can relax up there. So that's just one last little spot that we've got.
So that's your man cave up there?
That's going to be his man cave.
Welcome to our garden. Here we've had just as much work in the garden as we did do in the house. When we first got the property, the whole garden was overgrown. It was like a rainforest. There was a huge greenhouse to the one side, slabs throughout the whole garden, a massive pond, which, as you can see now, we've completely taken it all up, topsoiled it, and just turfed it, and we're just going to build it how we want it now. It's a really nice space for parties and friends, and to play some football, etc.
And in the patio area, presumably there's still a bit of work to do here.
There's still a lot of work to do. It needs slabbing, the back needs rendering. It's getting there, but like, you know, it doesn't always come as quickly as you want it to. So we're going to show you the front of the house, the roof at the front, because as I said earlier, that's all been on and off, and it does look amazing. Have a look. The roofer said that it was one of the most intricate jobs they'd had to do, because to get the eyebrow effect, which is so uncommon, you have to soak the wood that you're using for 24 hours or something like that, then bend it and then soak it again, and they've just done a fantastic job on there. One of the biggest jobs has been the roof, but it's also been one of the best things, hasn't it?
The painters were in last week, well, a couple of weeks ago now, and they've completely painted it all similar to next door, tried to keep it in keeping. All the windows were redone, all the drain pipes, which are actually the original ones, so when you tap on them you can hear the metal. We've also had a new retaining wall at the front. So originally this was all horrible breeze block. It was done with Ashbourne weathered bricks, so they've got that nice colour about them, the old look, and that also runs down the side of the house also.
So what's your favourite feature of the front of the building?
One of my sneaky features is the pillar. We had to have the pillar put in for structural reasons. The house was starting to be a bit too heavy, and they've had to put that in, but you absolutely can't tell that it's new brick alongside the old brick, and I think that's just really clever. And we've actually kept a little lantern that was here when we came here, the one on top. We just thought that looked really cute.
So how old do we estimate the lantern is?
I have absolutely no idea, but I know the painters cleaned it up and it looks a lot better now.
Well guys, thank you very much for showing us around your beautiful home. So what's left to do?
So first thing is the outside space. Need to make sure that is all ready to party for the summer, and then I'm sure there's going to be hundreds of things that crop up in this old house of ours, but looking forward to